Top of the toes are on the mat. See, we're not pointing, we're letting the top of the toes rest on the mat. And you're going to get some sensations in your ankle. And just make sure that you're feeling stable because we're actually going to bend that front leg and then let it lengthen. It doesn't matter how much you bend it. Just bend it. We're moving it around. Notice how it affects the other foot, the back foot, particularly sensations in the top of that foot and in the ankle. It's kind of an interesting little exploration. We'll just do a couple more. Good. And then you can bring that foot to flat again. So you're back in mountain and you might feel again like, those feet feel different from each other again. And it might be about the toes, it might be about the ankle, top of the foot. Now we're going to take a little walk around and just see, does it feel like one ankle has more mobility than the other? Or one knee is moving more easily than the other? And then when you're ready, you can come back and we're going to take the other foot out behind. So it's out behind, top of the toes on the floor. Good. And then bending the other knee, which of course has an effect on the leg behind us. So what do you notice? And we're just using the wall so we don't fall over as we're doing this over the chair. I'll do a couple more. And then we'll release that foot. Come back to your mountain again. Notice if something feels different about this foot now, or it might be your ankle, your knee, your calf, your hip. What do you notice? And then we'll do a little walk around again. Is it easier to walk? Does it feel more comfortable? Does it feel like everything's moving more freely? Or not? And then when you're ready, you can come back to your mountain pose again. So I've been working on a little course about knee health. And as I mentioned before, one of the things that contributes to healthy knees and walking patterns is ankle mobility. It's not something that we necessarily think about a lot, but we were at Stratford Theatre on Saturday night. We went to see Guys and Dolls. It was fantastic, by the way, if you're interested. And when we were coming out, there was a couple who was older than us, and they actually had sat beside me. And then we had stairs to walk up, and she was using the rail, but also holding his hand and having a hard time to get up the stairs. And I was right behind her, so of course I was watching. What's going on there, I wonder. And then when we got out on the street, she was on the sidewalk in front of us, so I was watching. And what I could see was her ankles weren't moving. They were not moving. And her knees were moving some, but her ankles weren't moving. So just try walking a little bit without moving your ankles. You do kind of a side to side, and I find it's freezing up my hips too. Like my hips aren't moving the way that they were meant to move because I don't have that freedom in my ankles. And then when you try it again, letting your ankles move and notice how different that is. So ankle mobility is really important. This is the conclusion I've come to, that I mean, I knew it was, but this was a real, a, a very potent demonstration to me about the importance of keeping those ankles moving freely. So keep doing your ankle circles. Never stop.